For the small businesses, making profit is the main priority. The library will be closed for staff training tomorrow morning. Assignments must be submitted at the end of the term. City planners recognize the need for accessible public transport options. The history of economics is a tricky subject to study. The amount of time spent on configuration varies considerably. Scientific experiments should be repeated to verify the results. Economic problems caused a big rise in unemployment. Archaeologists discovered tools and other artifacts near the ancient tomb. This course considerably emphasizes critical thinking skills. This project is divided into 4 main sections. Many food crops require a large amount of water and fertilizer. Experts are now able to forecast weather over much longer periods. A typical part of the course involves the study of society. Philosophy uses logic and reasons to analyze human experience. We have a lecture in the morning on Thursday. The local government has adopted a plan for infrastructure development. Information technology has changed the way people study today. Science degrees are now offering different levels of specialization. Students are required to have an undergraduate degree in biology to be enrolled in this course. The university has invested in new technologies designed to support learning. Agenda items should be submitted by the end of the day. All dissertations must be accompanied by a submission form. Recession triggers exciting creativity and high rates of public wisdom. Tutors should set clear goals at the start of the class. Music has the ability to shape our emotions. Please confirm that you have received the textbook. There are many different styles of business management. She began by giving an outline of the previous lecture. Find out how to get resources before your research. The teaching staff are actively engaged in the original research. Psychologists say that what we have experienced influences our behaviors. Field trips are an essential part of geography courses. Banks charge interest on the money they lend to customers. This book can be borrowed for a maximum of 1 week. You need to hand in an essay next semester. The digital camera has some advantages over traditional film. Academic libraries across the world are steadily incorporating social media. Having a strong motivation is important to achieve your goals. Career opportunities in this field are quite limited. Convincing evidence to support this theory is hard to obtain. Food containing ample calories provides little or no nutritional value. This course places considerable emphasis on critical thinking skills. Technology is no longer a simple tool that we can control. Physics is the key subject to understanding the world and the universe. These words recognize the excellence of the undergraduates' research projects. The ways in which people communicate are constantly changing. It is clear that the human population has an impact on the environment. We are phasing out disposable cups on campus. Practical experience is a vital part of legal training. The site is designed to be highly interactive. Biology involves the study of life at all levels. The aerial photographs were promptly registered for thorough evaluation. Advanced technology created growth in the economy. Your tutor will provide the guidance on how to structure the essays. We are more able to accommodate postgraduate students than previously possible. Social media is criticized for causing internet addiction. A good research assistant is not afraid to ask questions. The American astronomers made a plan for landing a spaceship on Mars. There is a pharmacy on campus near the bookstore. Rising inflation leads to increasing goods prices and decreasing demand for products. You can make an appointment to meet the librarian. Textile manufacturing plays a large role in improving economies. The Internet has transformed the nature of publishing. This new camera can identify your eyes and focus on them. A good architectural structure should be useful, durable, and beautiful. Statistical results should be expressed in different ways depending on the circumstances. As student union members, you can influence and change our university. You should submit your term papers to the general office. Students will focus on reporting news on changing the media world. Many students live in the hall of residence in term time. Medical researchers have focused on causes of diseases and treatments. Social media is responsible for helping the government to solve social problems. Criminal charges will be brought against all of the men. Sound waves are unable to travel through vacuum. The museum is closed on the third Monday of every month. Most known oil reserves will only last for half a century. The course covers architecture planning and construction on the international scale. British students must study mathematics at secondary schools. Please click on the logo above to enter the site. Understanding visual media has never been more challenging. This essay will argue that technology does more good than harm. The student shop sells a range of stationery. The new research has produced some unexpected results. Our professor is hosting the Business Development Conference. There are opportunities to receive grants in most artistic fields. The two sides have disagreed on how to solve the problem. The goal of the government policy is to increase the investments. The English degree involves work placements in the third year. Students are encouraged to read new books recommended by Professor Jones. The deadline for the submission of this assignment is tomorrow. Native speakers are exempt from the language tests in their own language. When sentencing, the court will decide whether the defendant regrets his actions. Please make sure your applications follow the guideline provided. Studying medicine allows for a wide range of career opportunities. Eating fish twice a week is recommended for a healthy diet. The new technician dropped the microscope in the biology lab. The garden behind the university is open to the public in summer. Let me give you an example to explain what I mean. I will come back to this in a moment. We help students to develop their individualities and follow their interests. If you need a parking ticket, see me after the lecture. The synopsis contains the most important information. A regional assembly was moved to the devolution of power. Americans have typically defined the process of plant growth in quantitative terms. Understanding how to use the library will save your time. The plight of local wildlife has been ignored by developers. The railway makes long-distance travel possible for everyone. Students may only park their cars in authorized university parking spaces. The public is often misled by biased coverage. The curriculum should be adjusted to incorporate recent developments. Babies can distinguish between what is language and what is not. The quality of your statistical information depends on your raw data. Air pollution is a serious problem all over the world. Protective clothing must always be worn in the laboratory. Certain organisms can reproduce using just one parent. The terms, illness and disease, are confusing despite clear differences. Graphs and charts allowed data to be more easily understood. The extent of advertising to children is very much open to debate. Business practices must obey contemporary general regulations. A number of students have volunteer jobs. There is no economic reason why public borrowing is necessarily bad. The researchers are disappointed that the results of the research have been proved to be inconclusive. This course aims to develop your knowledge of statistics. Academic journals are usually edited by subject specialists. Rising inflation may indicate an increase in the demand for consumer products. Career mobility is very important for new graduates. Online courses allow students to work at their own pace. Please refer to the guidelines for more information on setting goals. Many universities are continuously expanding the postgraduate education online learning resources. University staff provide advice on renting and accommodation. Courses are assessed by group work and individual assignments.